Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Play. I'm on the wrong dang save file again. Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth Plus / Repentance. There's literally there's like a very simple rule you can apply, and I'm not upset. Let's start with that, okay? I'm not upset. You know what? Let's do Tainted Apollyon. Let's try to do Boss Rush, and let's try to do the Dark Room as well. Mega Satan? Don't mind if I do. Okay, it's just that easy. We've already done it, basically. We might as well end the episode here for how easy it seems. Just kidding. Please, we're on -5. I went the whole weekend, did not get a single DM on Twitter, which is ideal. That's what we call the dream. Might as well give the Eddie room a try here, right? Literally within the first 45 seconds of starting the video, got a quick DM on Twitter. It's not the DMer's fault. There's no way that they could know. It's just that, and I'll admit there's some observation bias there, you know? When you get a DM 10 minutes into the episode, you might be inclined to categorize that as, you know, it happened as soon as the episode started. Doesn't it always seem that, like, it's only as soon as you start to do something that you know, stuff like that pops up? I gotta tell you, I got a great productivity tip for you. It's called, put your phone face down on your desk throughout the workday. It's a genius move. I realized that, you know, I would, you know, be streaming sometimes, or I'd be recording videos. I would see that I would get, like a voicemail or something like that. Someone's calling, the phone's going, wah, 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 wah. That's not vibration, that's my ringtone. It's confused ducks quacking. And I'd be like, oh my god, I wonder what it is. Probably somebody in my family suffered a horrible health consequence, or no, it's probably the police and they want you to turn yourself in. We know that you are DB Cooper. You know, like your head starts racing with all these completely insane sort of like with no founding evidence behind them whatsoever. You're just like, this is it, man. That call's gonna like end my life. And then I've realized that I really only get two different kinds of phone calls. One of them is robots that say things like, "You have to appear in front of a magistrate judge. Failure to comply with this phone call will be considered a criminal offense," which is like the classic spam phone call scam in Canada, at least. And then the other one is like there's some lady around town who's getting like a lot of optional surgeries done and going to a lot of spas and stuff like that. We're definitely gonna take. It's good enough to take. And she appears to be under the impression that her phone number is actually my phone number. So they actually have started to outnumber the scam calls. Where, like, you know, I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but I'll get phone calls that are like, hey, this is the ophthalmologist's office. Hey, this is the Serenity Spa. Hey, this is blah, blah, blah. This is a call for Mrs. Blank and, you know, your appointment's tomorrow. And then, like, I mean, it's almost like a part-time job calling some of these places back. I'm willing to admit, by the way, I have, the medical stuff, I always call back and I go, hey, just so you know, like, this is not, her number. And if possible, could you please call her and let her know that she doesn't know her own phone number? But when it's the spa stuff, I'm like, lady, you're on your own on this one. I hate to be that guy, but, you know, I just can't spend, you know, I can't make 2 phone calls a week that's like, hey, oh, is this, Tina's aromatherapy? Yeah, just so you know, you're calling the wrong person. I can't do it, man. It's not even a millennial thing. It's just I resent the drain on my time. HP? No HP. Okay, so like, we want to see you play as 7 times. That's what chat always tells me. You play as 7 times, you get the chance for a deal with the angel item. This could be a nice little kickstart for us here. I really do like membership, or, oh, what the heck? Don't get hit by that, man. Whatever the item is called, I forget what the item's called here. Like member rewards, members only, something like that. Tina's aromatherapy. Don't die. Like, we're in such a good spot here. But I will also... Oh, and HP for free? Don't mind if I do. I will say, I feel like kind of the gimme here is maybe for 7 cents you just buy magic fingers, and then you say, like, we're gonna turn that into a fly for double damage there. Well, double fly damage at least. But first, like, let's just chill for a minute. No reason not to chill for a minute here. Because we might get a deal with the angel that's even worse than magic fingers, but is also free. We should have taken the other one first, just in case, man. That was so scary. Okay, hold on. We made it. Devil card, that's something we can keep in case angel statues show up. I don't know if we're at 7, or maybe we've even played like more than 7 at this point, but this is the kind of thing you want to do, man. You want to do this if you're going to try to make the run work, especially these tough ones, okay? So I don't know, I feel like we've definitely played this 7 times. I feel like we would have seen it by now if we were going to get a deal with the angel, but I still also feel like we should take it a step further. I don't mind getting an angel statue, because this will give us a key piece. I don't mind getting a key piece here. Obviously, we could turn it into a fly and possibly get one later, but, you know, I don't want to risk that. I'd rather just strike while the iron is hot here. And I'm gonna, like, we're gonna get a little spicy, man. We're gonna get a little risky here. We're gonna take this one out for a rip. Taking a long time. We wanted to do boss rush, which may not happen. Alas. Let's peep that real quick. What do you got for me? The tower? It creates a bunch of rocks. I'm not even... Oh, we can't even put it down, man. Why'd you... Oh, you know what? That's for later. That's for later. When we get a spacebar item later, you will be ashamed of your words and your deeds. Well, we're gonna turn that into a fly, man, and it's gonna be frickin' sick. That's what we're looking for. You know what? We might as well fight our second angel statue, man. Why not? Why the frick not? Have we done alt path? We have done alt path. How about that? And remember, like, you know, boss rush might not be in the cards for us here, but it's actually, you know, the stronger we get early on, the easier it is to become the beast, of course. But, and I'm not talking about James McAvoy from an M. Night Shyamalan movie, where people are like, he doesn't have magical powers. And I'm like, oh, really? Because I just saw him pick up a freaking bus with his bare hands. And they're like, actually, it's kind of like the point of the movie is that he does have magical powers, but they're denying it for their own reasons. And I'm like, really? Because everybody saw him pick up the bus. Everybody saw him pick up the bus with his bare hands. So how are they supposed to... It just doesn't make sense. Okay, sorry. We out here? Thank you for the tinted rock. It's exactly what I was rooting for. It just doesn't make sense, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, man. Anyway, go ahead, drop me off up here. We did great on this, you know, we got our key piece. Didn't really get too much stronger apart from that, but, you know, feeling really good. We don't want to fight Mega Satan immediately, of course, but... Now, this might surprise you. I still think the deal with the devil is actually possible. I wouldn't call it probable, because we are way behind schedule. And we're not particularly super strong or anything like that. But we do have the ability to take this deal with the devil. Because we have the key pieces now already. Which means... if we get an amazing deal with the devil on this floor, maybe we can... Or maybe if we just get an amazing item like Dr. Fetus, we're kind of good to go here. You know what I mean? That's some great synergy right there. Can't be upset. Thank you. Yeah, well, I felt like I was on a good wave. What was I talking about earlier? I don't know. Man, I tweeted it today. Every once in a while, you just get like this overwhelming, you know, ambition or desire in your life. I feel like because the vaccination appointment's coming up soon, it's like all the ideas I've had percolating in my head. Admittedly, it's only the first dose, but still. All the ideas I've had, you know, percolating in the old dome piece are finally, you know, potentially coming to fruition. Does anyone watching this video work at Netflix? Or I'll even accept Amazon Prime Video. If you work at Paramount Plus, honestly, please just keep that information to yourself. We want spacebar items. Yeah. This is... Get out of my face. I said get out of my face. That's not even what the item does. I had it confused with no. Give me a show, where I just eat things, and then pretend that it tastes... I will lie to you and tell you that it tastes amazing. Even if it doesn't taste amazing, I would be happy to, because it just seems like a fun job, you know? Does anybody out there work in a position that could make this happen? I'm not really, like, I'm not trying to disrupt my existing full-time gig, but I would take, like, a month off to make this work. And just travel around the cities, maybe throughout, like, the Pacific Northwest, for example, and be like, oh, you know, chili honey drizzled pork belly. Wow, it's crunchy, it's fatty, the richness of the porchetta combined with the... Oh, and the way you got little bits of the skin in there as well is delicious and delightful. How about that? Give me the show. I cannot in good conscience promise that I will make it work for you. I'm just gonna level with you. I don't even think we want... well, you know what? It's better to do it this way. I hate to lose the HP for it, but I think it's better... to do it that way. At least we'll get the familiars for a floor. And who knows, maybe could the familiars possibly be, you know, like, Dark Bum or something like that. Then it might be worthwhile. I still think, I mean, I'm pitching you right now, to be honest. I've said it for a couple years now, minimum. But a show styled after the mid-2000s classic reality show The Simple Life starring Paris Hilton... But instead of Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, it's myself and Mouth doing, you know, jobs that people maybe have done or maybe haven't done but are interested in. Like, for example, I think, you know, I've been talking about, like, all these, you know, retail subreddits and stuff where I've been learning a little bit about what it's like to work at a Subway or, you know, what it's like to work at a Quizno, various different sandwich chains. By the way, did you know I was watching some YouTube journalism, hard-hitting YouTube journalism this weekend? Did you know that between 2007 and 2017, Quiznos went from over 4,000 locations in the United States of America to under 400? They had an enormous, I mean, the global financial crisis hit them very difficult, or hit them very hard, I should say. And then on top of that, they also got sued by their franchisees. And created like a great period of, you know, the company not doing so well. But now, I'm taking it just out of simplicity's sake here. But now, Quiznos is actually, I'm not going to say that they're on the way back up. But they are making an attempt to be on the way back up, if that makes sense. So I'm not saying like they're succeeding... But they are, you know, you might not have heard too much about Quiznos except for the fact that, you know, being inside of the restaurants for the last decade or so has been scary and, you know, you feel like there's a somewhat decent chance that you might, you know, be killed. But now they're kind of like, they're reworking them. So you're going to laugh, but Kate was watching this, like, super popular Korean YouTube channel called What's Up Man, which is actually very, very funny. It, like, on the videos that have English subtitles, at least, I chuckle to myself and I say, this guy, he's got a good thing going here, don't get me wrong. Let me just peep this real quick. This run, you laughed at me when I said we could make boss rush. Well, nobody's laughing now. You definitely want Satanic Bible, man. Ma the Void, we're never gonna intentionally charge a shot up. I think we will take this. It sucks to lose the Rotten Heart. That's the only thing that burns me up there. And, like, they did a paid promotion, like, in the video for Quiznos, where they went to, like, a Quiznos location in Seoul. And, you know, I mean, I've eaten at Quiznos before in my life. The actual physical retail locations of Quiznos have been cursed for a little while. But back in, like, the sandwich wars in the mid-2000s, Quiznos was, like, it was my first sandwich love. Until Subway leveraged the economy of scale that they have and just added lightning-fast toaster ovens to every single location that they have across the globe, and thus toasted sandwiches by default. Quiznos had a good thing going, man. with the oven toasted sandwiches that you could see go through the oven in front of you. So I'm excited to see them have a chance to make it back. But then on top of that, the Korean video, there was also like an American video that I saw where they were talking about how, like, you know, Quiznos it went through some serious hard times, but is now maybe coming back. And I know you're gonna be like, there's no chance. I'm telling you. We have, as human beings, we have, and it's possible that they won't come back. Let's just start with that, null hypothesis. But we as human beings, you know, I think we have a bias to anchor towards, you know, the way that the world looks when we're in our formative years. Like, for example, when I was growing up, the concept of, like, Sears not existing was just unfathomable. You're like, what do you mean Sears doesn't exist anymore? Bro, look, I'm not looking back. They say don't look back. I can never look back. We're gonna leave. We're not gonna go to our shop, and this is in the interest of making Boss Rush happen. And I think it's totally gonna happen, man. I think it's totally gonna happen. But now, you know, the world changes. 10 years ago, you know, in 2011, maybe Quiznos is cursed. 2023, maybe Quiznos is where you go to pay $2 extra for a sandwich, but it's got nicer bread than Subway. I recognize, by the way, we're in a bit of a sandwich desert here in Vancouver. People largely try to eat healthy. There's, like, more choices for acai bowls and, you know, poke and stuff like that than there are for, you know, foot-long Italian sandwiches, which is probably a good thing for the health of the city in general. I'm a genius. However, I'm just saying we don't have the same level of competition here. So if you're like, what about Jersey Mike's? I'm like, what about Jersey Mike's, dude? I don't know. What about Potbellies? I have no clue. I have no idea, okay? I have no idea. Everybody's here, they're wearing their athleisure all the time. The foot-long sandwich is not in vogue here. Anyway, regardless. What was I talking about? I don't know how I got off on this Quiznos thing. Anyway. Yeah, like, pay me or give me a show. Like, you pay for the show. And it could just be, like, I just want to eat things. How does that sound? I think there's I can already make several episodes for you here. So there's places I have never eaten at. Oh, wait, no, like, okay, this is after the Simple Life spinoff takes off. You know, after 33-year-old man, I'm not 33 yet, but I might be by the time this hits the airwaves. Not this episode, but, like, the Netflix show, because, you know, bureaucracy and stuff like that. I'm motivated to start right away, in case you're interested. Reed Hastings, who is the CEO of Netflix, I believe. 33-year-old man tries Taco Bell for the first time. Can you imagine the sort of hijinks we could get up to there? Definitely do not care for that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not, like, against it, but I'm not sure I care for it. I think I'm stoked to have the flies. I'm gonna make... This is controversial. This is not rushing for rushing's sake to finish an episode quickly. This is rushing to make sure that we make it the boss rush, because this run has everything it needs for certain to survive to boss rush. We just need to make sure we're there from a timing standpoint. But anyway, tries Taco Bell for the... Never been, man. I haven't been to an Arby's since I was, like, 8, I think. These are, oh, absolutely not. These are videos that could pop off, man. But I'm serious when I say... I don't know if the show would be any good. I don't think I could in confidence say that the average, you know, Netflix consumer would be into it. But I don't make shows for the average, okay? If I did... I'm gonna make the easy joke, okay? We'd be streaming from inside of a hot tub right now. But we make content for the enlightened individual. The gamers who are not like other gamers. They're like cool gamers, for example. So I'm telling you, Mouth and I working at Geek Squad for an episode, like, that's the kind of thing... Look, it's not gonna be your Queen's Gambit. But it could be like your Somebody Feed Phil or something like that. I genuinely believe that. Maybe, unlike Phil Rosenthal, I wasn't an executive producer on Everybody Loves Raymond and have those kind of connections. I know that that's the Fool. I guess we do care for the Fool. We don't really want to do the true ending. However, we can... use this to get out of boss rush, and then I guess go back to the item rooms. Although, based on the way this floor looks, we're probably going to hit it all in sequence. But maybe one of the reasons that I didn't work as an executive producer on Everybody Loves Raymond is because I'm not as funny as Phil Rosenthal. Maybe another reason is because I'm pretty sure Everybody Loves Raymond started airing on CBS Monday evenings when I was 6 or 7 years old. Something along those lines, maybe. Don't hit me. You don't have my permission to kill me. If you hate me, then kill me or shut the frick up. Yo, you want to talk about some kismet here, some serendipity, starring John Cusack, Kate Beckinsale, Jeremy Piven, and then Kate Beckinsale. I can't believe this is the second time we've done this exact bit. This is how you know you're getting a little bit older. I don't remember who plays Kate Beckinsale's friend in Serendipity. Is it Janine Garofalo? Serendipity cast. Bridget Moynihan? No, okay, Bridget Moynihan was involved in a different aspect of the movie, I believe. Molly Shannon played Kate Beckinsale's friend. That's right, Molly Shannon. Noted Saturday Night Live alumnus. Alumna? Who cares, man? That's the sort of thing, you only know the masculine and feminine word for alumni if you are an alumnus. You know what I mean? Hey, Walt! You've been acting pretty sus lately. Almost as if there's an imposter among us. Don't lie to me, Walt! You sussy baka. I don't know why I took sack of pennies, but... So that was my rendition of Dean Norris, a.k.a. Hank from Breaking Bad. Hold on, we gotta go a little faster. Realizing now we're like paying the piper for all those times I failed to find a secret room early on here. It's really... This is like the only overpowered run where it's difficult to kill Mom in time. I think we gotta accept we may take some hits here, but also, like, we're trying to shoot these because we want to make sure that flies get out there. We can do some damage with our flies. I don't think we're gonna make boss rush, man. We're definitely... There's no chance we're gonna make boss rush. Okay, it hurts to be so close and yet so certain that it's not possible. But that's okay. It does suck because we skipped a lot in order to make it happen. And that was just, I mean, not a great performance. But we can still get a lot done here. I can't believe we were 5 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that. Too slow. That'll hurt you. Again, we could do a true ending, but I also... we got the great opportunity here to knock out Mega Satan. Great opportunity to knock out... the Dark Path, I think, as well. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. Also did a great thing for our donation machine. Yeah, no questions there. Anyway, give Malf and I that show. I'm telling you, that show has legs, man. It's a good idea. I will say, I think Malf would be well liked by a wide general audience. I don't really know how I would be perceived. I definitely think it would not be out of the question for me to be perceived as overly faux intellectual and perhaps standoffish. This guy, he thinks he's better than us. He's using all these $10 words. That's more of a problem, I think, if you're on cable, though. Because I was gonna say, you have to be, you know, certain intelligence level to subscribe to cable, and it's not very flattering. But I do want to put in mind that I also subscribe to cable. So, yes, I'm still paying for cable TV. Almost as if there's an imposter. Don't lie to me, Walt! You know what I mean? Okay. What are we doing here? Now that we don't have to rush, What are we doing here? You gotta recall, we're going to Dark Room. At this point in the game, what are we looking at in terms of, like, trying to kickstart the run? Well, it would be for the best for us to, if possible... I mean, become Guppy is kind of the dream, right? We've had a lot of deals with the devil. We're gonna get deal with the devil items from every boss. This is just the worst room. I choose to leave the single enemies alive and instead just, like, work my way through here. Just playing solitaire by the window. Just waiting, seasons change, you'll see. One day these dreams will pull you through my door. Name that song for $1 million. Oh, too slow. It's All Come Running by Brian Eno. Noted bald hero, bald mentor. Always nice when there's someone out there positively representing baldness for all the baldos out there, myself included. There's probably like one person watching this who's like, I had no idea he was bald. I only watch Isaac. I've never seen anything with face cam in it because I consider myself a more discerning character than the average consumer. I didn't know. I just figured maybe he stylized himself as bald for humor's sake. You'd be surprised, man. You'd be freaking surprised the types of characters you run into in the comment section now and then. Kinds of characters in the comment section been real quiet since NL's searing indictment of them came out. Anyway, here we go. Conquest. You should still pay out with a deal with the devil. I think, well, you know what? We're testing one of Isaac Newton theories. Could be worse. Could be Isaac. Oh, no. You know, there's your theory. It turns it into a deal with the devil, but it's just the item. It just costs HP instead of being free now. I'm just going to be straight up. Just going to be straight up with you, man. I mean, I'm going to take this... Essentially... Mega's fine, by the way. It's not bad. In fact, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think... We knew we were going to turn one of those items into nothing. I think we made the right decision. As we do not have permanent Polaroid, pardon me, invincibility, I don't think there's really much of an impetus to go full Spirit Heart strategies. Sir, you're wasting my entire Mega Charge. Sir, you wasted my entire Mega Charge? DD Mega Doodoo? How dare you? DD Mega Doodoo, how dare you? There's a song in there. I don't know, it's not for me, I'm not the music guy. We'll leave that. Netflix, I'm sure, has people for that. Maybe they could get Brian Eno. What would you call the show? Honestly, Look, Netflix, leave that up to me, okay? You guys, you built a nice little enterprise over here. It's very cute. Now I think it's time to take it to the next level. You gotta give auteurs the kind of creative control that you know, allows them to serve as the foundation of creativity. And if you're not willing to do that, then maybe I'll take my services somewhere they're more appreciated. Like Quibi, for example. Cool room. Does it come in a good size? Yeah, why don't you just hit me 10 times? Well, I think, like, there's no real danger that this run's not gonna go right. Mega Satan shouldn't be a problem. The only thing I would say is, like, because we got rid of Satanic Bible, which is controversial to some extent, for sure, especially when Mega's been basically useless on this floor. I think it'll pay huge dividends potentially on the Dark Room, but it's not been great in the intervening period, that's for certain. We could use an item that's like, you know, defense. Basically, Dark Bomb, the Relic, etc., etc. But we really, this run is like, I'm Andrew Sullenberger right now, or what's his name? Sully name. Sully. United States. People with this name. Nickname. John Sully Chelsea Sullenberger? Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's not Andrew. Wait, his name is Sully Sullenberger the third? Come on, man. Come on, Ben. How you gonna let Sully do you like that, man? Sully Sullenberger the third? I don't know why I thought his name was Andrew. It's just a good pilot name. If they're like, your pilot's name is Andrew, I'm like, dude, I'm putting the Bose noise-canceling headphones in. I'm going to sleep. I'm in good hands. If they were like, your pilot's name is Crash Bandicoot, I would be like, oh, get me off, man. I'm taking the bus. Hi, my name is Crash. Crash Bandicoot? Honestly, I don't think it's really worth inquiring about the weather at our destination. Let's worry about that if we get there. Okay, finally, a chance to use Mega properly. Could you shorten your death animations, please? I need you to tighten up the death animations on level 3. Okay, this is much better. We do be locomoting. That was not so bad. Like, it's not incredible, but it's not so bad. He's done it. He's done it. ×2. Super battery. The super battery, it hurts us to look at. It's like staring at the sun. Or that picture of Joe Biden and the Carters, where they look like they've been turned into little Keebler elf dolls. It's like it hurts to look at, but I can't look away either, is the alternative. That's a secret room. And then we'll come this way. Look at that, man. It's pretty almost as if there's an imposter among us. And now, what the heck are you talking about? He's truly lost it. The man's true. I'm just killing time, man, until Netflix comes calling back. Ring, 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 ring. This is this is Piper from Orange is the New Black. We want you to make the new hot Netflix show. And I go, she goes, are you in? And I go, no. Yes. I don't think we use Mega yet. I think we kill Mega Satan the old-fashioned way, so we have Mega ready to go immediately upon our next floor. I think that's a very sensible approach. Look at that. You see that little 1-2 punch right there? Never had a chance. Never had to choose. Okay. Go ahead. One of those. I'm realizing now, it's not like a huge negative, but we are pretty slow. And I don't just mean in the same way that, you know, I'm slow enough to feel like it's a good deal to pay for cable TV. I'm talking about, like, you know, in terms of our raw, actual speed. Now, Mega, admittedly, would make it a lot easier for us to kill this phase. However, you don't have to evaluate whether it would make this phase easier to kill. You have to evaluate how it's going to hurt you on the next floor. Like, what are you giving up by not... Okay, that's already filled then. What are you giving up by not saving Mega, you know? If we don't get anything done on this run, it'll be a colossal disaster. That's an absolute given. Interesting. All of these are like borderline takes, but I don't feel like I can. Let's use Mega for a couple rooms, see how things go. A little spicy. Yep. Could have seen that one coming. 100% chance could have seen that one coming in advance. Now, we want Mega, I mean, ideally for both. But if we could only get it for one, I think we actually want it for the lamb. Not because, like, the lamb's any easier, but because we gotta do the lamb first. Like, we gotta cement at least something. Oh, that's a really great item. That's a speed up, man. Let's go. Okay. Mega Fatty, you don't scare me anymore. Okay, you're pretty tough. You scare me a lot. I'm very frightened. I'll admit, man, 4 luck, it's got you thinking that Gimpy's the right play, right? Especially for 1 red heart. I've been enjoying generating these flies, but actually, like, our damage is not that spectacular. Hey! Ho, ho, ho. Now we're talking. They're going in a straight line. They generate steam heat. The Gimpy Pop. Hi ho. Thank you. Thank you for the item. Happy to get the item. Now give me some spirit hearts or I'm gonna fight ya. Look, that one's for free. Next one's on Netflix. Okay, that's Beelzebub. Told ya. I remain optimistic that this run is only gonna get better, man. Keep in mind, you do have a 50% chance to get Delirium. Or at least to have access to Delirium after Mega Satan. Normally, if we've done Hush, there's a pretty good chance we've done Delirium as well, because that guarantees it. Oh, we haven't. Okay. You don't say. To take damage at the end of this room is quite painful. But you know what? At least the Ankh, like, we've done this as Blue Baby. But to get some possible redemption, like, you know it had to be an interesting play for me. Just based on the fact that I knew it. I knew there was one more. Don't hit me! Based on the fact that I took it when there's really no empirical reason to be holding it, we could have easily turned it into a fly. I am very... I was just gonna say, I'm very happy with my judgment. You're gonna laugh, because you're gonna be like... You know, like, how did you lose this one? It's hard, man. Like, some of these rooms are quite spicy to have to roll with on like, no HP. Or on, not on no HP, sorry, but with the bombs active, like... I'm super stoked I took the Ankh so we can at least get some dopamine. But it does hurt. We had, like, a lot of advantages. Come on! I was 1 room away from greatness. Ah, whatever. Get owned. Get owned. It hurts, but I also, like... Missing a run as Tainted Apollyon doesn't burn me up as, like, missing a run as other characters. Because Tainted Apollyon is actually really fun. You got a lot of agency over what happens. Can't be too upset by this. You gotta remember, you know, like, life is not about just filling in the post-it notes, you know? It's about the way that you fill in the post-it notes. Using a felt pen, using a Sharpie. I will tell you, though, with no need to fight Mega Satan, I choose not to fight Mega Satan. I'm just gonna own up to it, okay? Why am I not gonna fight Mega Satan? I kinda gotta go to the bathroom, like, and you know, if we had to do it for the character, that's a different story. But, you know, plus we're not gonna have any HP, but I'm Blue Baby. I've probably fought Mega Satan, you know, like a dozen times with Blue Baby. That versus my own biological desires right now, I choose to honor my biological desires. And just end the run. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Sincerely, if you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!